A record-breaking Texan.
And President Trump addresses the world at the United Nations.
All this plus your daily announcements.
Coming up next on NHSTV Live.
Freshman class officer elections are on Wednesday, September 27th. If you're interested in running for class officer, pick up a form from Ms. Woodard in room 636 and return it by Friday, September 22nd.
Creative Writing Club's first meeting will be today during Invest in Mr. Ison's room 2301.
Our NHSTV reporter, Alyssa Meehan, went out to get a closer coverage on the player you'll recognize from the field.
One of our star players here at Northwest has been working towards his starting position on varsity for 11 years. DeMareus Hosey, our football team's running back, gives it his all in practice, so he'll be ready on game day in order to get the win for Northwest Texans. However, DeMareus doesn't just want to be seen as a good football player around school. He wants to be seen as a leader for his fellow players and students.
The best part about playing football is being a part of the team, being seen around school as a leader on and off the field. Me being a starting running back, so that's a big responsibility. I just do everything full speed and lead by example.
Just recently, DeMareus broke the school's record of 406 yards and 4 touchdowns in a single football game. With stats like that, it's clear that he's unstoppable. However, he says that without his offensive line, he wouldn't have been able to do it.
It all started from my O-line. They opened big holes for him. I took off, hit and running.
During practice, his teammates and coaches push him so he can do everything to his greatest ability. But there's one coach in particular that teaches him how to juke out his opponents and leave them in the dust, Coach Perkle. Coach Perkle says with DeMareus' drive and passion, he has a great future ahead of him.
The limit for DeMareus, as much as he wants to put into it, the much he's going to get out of it. He keeps having games like last week. He's going to start getting noticed by some teams, and colleges definitely can be in his future playing football. Because of DeMareus' strength, speed, and dedication, there's no question why he's getting more than 200 yards a game. Texan Nation is proud of you, DeMareus, so keep giving it all you got on the field and working towards another win for your Northwest Texans. This has been Alyssa Meehan for NHSTV.
Thanks for all you do, DeMareus. I see big things in your future. On a serious note, tensions are rising between us and North Korea after North Korea has continued to develop its nuclear program. President Donald Trump spoke before the United Nations today and addressed the world. CNN reports on the story.
Major portions of the world are in conflict, and some, in fact, are going to hell.
In his maiden speech before the UN, President Donald Trump delivered a blistering attack on nations he described as evil and grave dangers to the world.
If the righteous many do not confront the wicked few, then evil will triumph. When decent people and nations become bystanders to history, the forces of destruction only gather power and strength.
The president giving the more than 150 international delegations present an upfront look at his America First foreign policy.
As President of the United States, I will always put America first.
He reserved his boldest threat for North Korea, vowing in unequivocal terms to destroy the country if it threatens America's or its allies' security.
The United States has great strength and patience, but if it is forced to defend itself or its allies, we will have no choice but to totally destroy North Korea. Rocket Man is on a suicide mission for himself and for his regime.
For Iran, Trump described its government as murderous and reckless and appeared to signal that he will exit the Iranian nuclear deal.
The Iran deal was one of the worst and most one-sided transactions the United States has ever entered into. Frankly, that deal is an embarrassment to the United States, and I don't think you've heard the last of it. Believe me.
Praising Mr. Trump's remarks was Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, who said he had, quote, never heard a bolder or more courageous speech in 3 decades of experience with the UN. The president's address also taking aim on what he described as growing terrorist threats around the globe.
The United States and our allies are working together throughout the Middle East to crush the loser terrorists.
Beyond the threats, Trump's speech more clearly articulated the outlines of his foreign policy, including a drastic turn from a tenet of U.S. foreign policy for decades, that the U.S. will support democracy abroad.
This is the foundation for cooperation and success. Strong, sovereign nations let diverse countries with different values, different cultures, and different dreams not just coexist, but work side by side on the basis of mutual respect.
Hopefully, the United Nations can convince North Korea to stop being a threat to the world. That's it for today's show.
Thanks for watching, Texans. Have a great day. This has been NHSTV Live.